Hey everybody, welcome back to ChortleCast. I'm Jake. Alongside me, as always, Brody. And from across the way, on another side of the galaxy, saving the world, Star Wars big boy Steven. The disappointment on your face was worth that whole bit right there.
We need to
Can
get
we
him like
kill
a
that?
jersey that just
Oh, a jersey. When we start doing merch, that's got to be a shirt, right? Star Wars big boy Steven.
Oh man, am I the first meme?
I love my Star Wars big boy Steven. That's a shirt coming your way.
And
sometime
then
soon.
second shirt, jerk shapeless.
Yes. And son of a biscuit, that's got to be a shirt.
Okay.
And I want it to be a biscuit holding a baby.
his son.
A baby or another biscuit that's smaller.
I don't know.
like a
What do you
smaller
think?
biscuit.
Let's have a real conversation about
It's
this
a
right now.
biscuit holding a can of biscuits that haven't been.
Yes, that's brilliant. I'll work on it.
Okay.
But it's not like pills. It's an unidentifiable
Brand
None-
neutral biscuits.
Yes.
Brand
Yes.
neutral biscuits. I like that.
unidentifiable.
Son of a brand neutral biscuit.
Freaking talk.
In case you didn't know, this is ChortleCast, the official podcast of Chortle Games, where we talk about TV shows, anime, movies, whatever the heck we want to talk about. We got a good show for you this week. We're gonna get to some housekeeping here in a second, but later after that, we're gonna be talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. We're gonna be talking about Nintendo wanting to extend the life of the Switch, and then hashtag Bring Back the Dragon, Unleash the Dragon. Spyro rumors are afoot and aflame, and we're gonna talk about it, even though these losers never played a Spyro game.
I mean, we've already discussed how I never even had an N64, and my first experience playing an N64 was in college. We all know that I didn't have a childhood. You don't have to like take your thumb and just dig it into that bullet wound, Jake. I know. I never played Spyro.
It's a
but
knife
I will
wound.
if it comes out.
It's a knife wound for sure.
Okay,
Or a sword wound, something really
It's some
harsh.
kind of piercing wound.
That's bad scarring there. But anyway, first some housekeeping. So as you know, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, or been with us for a long time, started out it's just me and Brody, two buds hanging out, playing games, doing whatever. Eventually, at some point, we brought Steven on as part of the podcast, and he's kind of grown, and now we've kind of brought him in full time. He's part of the channel. And Steven has kind of started taking over our live streaming factor of the channel. Something Brody and I always wanted to have a part of, but just we have not had enough time to really get into it and do more of it. So we kind of tossed that over to Steven because he had a lot of free time to mess with. And so we've been live streaming on Fridays. This past weekend we did a Fortnite stream on Saturday. We kind of called it a surprise stream or whatever. We've had a ton of fun with it, and it's been pretty successful for us so far. So we are updating our content schedule, and it's going to involve a lot more live streaming going on from here into the future. So Steven, talk to me about what you're going to be doing with live streaming.
Sweet. Okay, so right now, as Jake just said, we've been streaming every Friday night. We typically do, if we can start early, we start at about 7. And we stream a game. Right now we don't have, since we're kind of rolling this out fresh, we haven't been able to take requests.
Right.
But I assume, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong on this, we take requests.
Right.
Like if you want us to play it and we got it, we'll play it. And so what we've been doing is on Friday nights, we play from 7 to 9-ish. And then if a group is feeling it, like Miles and I have been doing this for the past couple weeks, we play Monster Hunter from about 9 or 10 onward until you guys stop watching, pretty much. We fought Rathalos on Monster Hunter, and we had 10 of you watching, and you guys seemed to like that. So we're going to try, and you guys can stop me if any of this information is incorrect. We're going to try Friday nights as is, continuing streaming, 1 or 2 streams on those nights. Saturday, doing a stream then, if possible.
I've been calling the Saturday stream a surprise stream, and actually in the if you look at our About page on the channel, it says you never know when, who, or what's going to happen on Saturday. So it's funky fresh. You never know what's going to happen, but we're going to try to do something every Saturday. Yes, so.
Yeah, and then of course, I guess to just Well, I'll save the best for last. So Monday we have the regular episodes that Jake and Brody are in.
Where we play a full series Let's Play.
Right now you guys are still in Cuphead.
We're still in Cuphead. We're really close to the end of Cuphead. The end is nigh.
Yes. Wednesdays, there's another edited content episode with Jake and Brody. Then Thursdays, we're going to try to do a couch co-op stream that I'm going to be hosting. Basically, what that's going to entail is Miles, as well as probably, if you've been watching live streams, you've been seeing Logan in the chat. Logan's going to join us for that stream, where we're just going to play couch co-op games where you can play up to 4 players on the same system. We're going to do that, and it should be a lot of fun. That should be on Thursday, early evenings to late evenings, sometime around that. But then on Tuesdays, this is what I'm excited about. I was just telling them, I found on 2K Games, on their store, their apparel just went on sale for 50% off. So
Hashtag not sponsored.
I got a new hashtag non-sponsored. I got a new XCOM shirt. Those of you that have listened to me on here and probably on the stream as well know that XCOM 2 is my favorite game. And
that's the one that was inspired from Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, right? Yeah.
Yes, Mario plus Rabbids is basically XCOM for kids. It is, which brings me to my point. Tuesday afternoons or evenings, I am going to be streaming from the beginning an XCOM 2 game. Now, for those of you that don't know what that means that, so with XCOM, your soldiers, you can name them, change what they look like, and they have classes. So what I need from you guys, Jake, Brody, I've already gotten your information. Anyone that wants to be involved, give me a name, a class that you want to be, and like any kind of physical details like a hair color or preferred armor colors and stuff like that. And I'm going to put you in the game so you can see how long you live. And we're going to play this as long as we can every single Tuesday, sometime in the afternoon or evening. I haven't locked down a time yet. But I'll be streaming that. You guys can join me, and it'll still be there. If you miss one, go check it out. I'm going to send out a tweet sometime this week with more information on like what that's going to look like.
Right.
But you guys may shy away from like sending me a character early on. But within the first 2 episodes, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, so you guys know. Oh, it sounds complicated, but it's not. But yeah, I'm really excited about that.
How long do you think that'll be going on for, Steven?
So.
Like, how long does a typical game go for? I mean, it's probably several hours.
Because basically it is a non-linear way the campaign goes. So the whole point is humans have been overthrown by the aliens. So you are now the guerrilla resistance fighting force trying to overthrow the alien overlords. And this goes from the beginning of your organization all the way to finding allies, taking out the generals of the alien overlords, and then eventually turning the rest of Earth against them. It's a very long-winded process. If you take your time, it can take hundreds of hours.
Right.
But if you try to speedrun it, which we probably won't do that very well, then you could do under 100 hours pretty easily.
But so basically, if someone doesn't get in within the first 2 or 3 weeks, they've got plenty of time to still come in and drop in a character and stuff like that. I guess that's what I'm getting at. So.
This game is going to be going on for quite a while. If you guys like it, if you guys just decide, no, that's not for me, I don't mind adjusting. Because Tuesdays, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you guys a piece of content every day, except for Sundays. We don't have anything for Sundays yet. We may just take that day off.
Yeah. In our About page, I put Sundays, nothing, ... Go take a nap or something, you crazy person.
Yes.
So yeah, take a nap on Sundays. Jeez.
Yeah. I think all of us are a little too busy or too exhausted on Sundays to do anything. And yeah, you guys should do the same. Take a nap.
Yeah, just take a nap.
But if XCOM 2 doesn't work out, let me know. I will switch to a different single player game. I'll try to aim for Tuesdays being like a single player day.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been calling it too. Monday is when we do our series Let's Play. Tuesday is kind of a series live stream, and then really Wednesday is kind of a couch co-op more so style game of like just it could be whatever, and then Thursday is kind of being a similar tie-in to that. So and you didn't mention this, but the podcast, of course, that you're watching already is every day on Friday. So.
Well,
every day on Friday. Just the Friday. Every day on Friday. But, whenever.
Yeah. But, watch the first few, even if you jump in late, just to kind of, learn how everything goes. You don't need much context to jump in the middle, too. So, like, if I'm on episode 13 and you don't want to go back and watch all of them, you really don't need much context. Because it's humans trying to defeat the aliens. That's basically it. But I'm hoping that I'll get a lot of you guys involved so that, like, I send a team on a rescue mission for someone that's been captured, and we have some commenters that don't even know each other, but they're suddenly forming a soldier bond and on a mission together. That kind of stuff is what I hope to happen. I think that'd be really cool for you guys. And just last thing I'll say, this is an expansion that I have never played before. Because I played all of XCOM 2, but when War of the Chosen came out, that's the expansion that came out late last year, I never got to play it. So I will be experiencing it fresh for the most part with the rest of you. So Tuesdays, sometime in the afternoon or evenings, once I get going, I'll lock down an actual set time. But I'd love everyone to come watch. We got Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday streams, then Monday, Wednesday, edited content with Jake and Brody, and then maybe some streaming on Saturday if we get into the swing of it.
Yep.
How's that? Did I get everything?
I think that's everything. Podcasts on Fridays too.
Yes.
So yeah, we're basically it's edited content, live stream, and then another. Technically there's live stream and edited content on Friday, and then an additional live stream on Saturday. So we're trying to push out a lot of content. We're trying to do a little bit more. That's kind of part of, we've grown a little bit in-house, so we're trying to do more, push more out of house. So hope you enjoy this new schedule. Hope you check in on the live streams, check in on the edited content, comment, let us know what you think. Feel free to tweet us, all that sort of stuff. Again, Chortle Games on Twitter. You can tweet us all those sort of thoughts about if you like this, if you want to see something different, et cetera, et cetera. So we hope, and so far we've had some great response from live streaming. So we're hoping that's going to push a whole new direction for us there. So anyway, well, all right, let's catch up, boys. What you been playing? Obviously, Steven, you've been playing some XCOM to get ready for this.
Testing it on the console port. It's a pretty good port. It's a little buggy. But the way XCOM's framework is, because it uses assets to create dynamic maps and stuff, so it's a little bit never fully optimized, in my experience. But yeah, I've been playing that a little bit. I forgot to mention last week I beat Last of Us.
Oh, finally!
Yes.
What'd you think?
And I gotta say, like that ending.
Spoilers for Last of Us.
Okay, so I can
honestly,
talk about the ending.
You should have been playing it already and beat it.
Spoilers for those losers that were basically me until a week ago.
Yeah, for real.
The fact that the entire time you were wanting Joel to open himself up to loving something again.
Right.
You want Ellie to find someone that'll never leave her. And the entire time we're just like, yes, let this happen. Joel can have a new daughter through Ellie and all that kind of stuff. And then you find through that final act how dangerous that actually is, because the thing we've been rooting for the whole time is what causes the entire human race to basically be screwed. Because Joel chooses her over everyone else. And that was just such a... Like, I should have seen it coming, but I didn't, which is funny, because it just, like, it sweeps the rug out from under you that you don't even know is under you.
Right. And
that was just brilliant. So I loved it. It's up there with my favorite PS4 games easily. But yeah, it was good.
Sorry, someone from Indian country is calling me. So anyway,
country?
I don't know.
Indian
it said Pontotoc. I assume that's Indian country. I don't know. Yes, Last of Us is awesome. Have you, now that you've seen this, have you gone back and looked at any of the Last of Us 2 content they've pushed out? What do you think of all that?
I am purposely avoiding Last of Us 2 in the except for in the places where I can't really afford to, like E3.
Right. Fair enough.
And I think it was maybe Paris Games Week, the one that we watched together, Brody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched those trailers. I don't know. I'd have to watch them again, but it seems pretty clear that we're gonna be playing Ellie.
Right.
Something tells me that Joel's dead and has been dead for a while by the time this game starts. But that does seem kind of odd because it seems like there was a lot left to tell between the two of them. But I don't know. I can't wait though. I'm excited.
That would be interesting if he was dead. But anyway, all right. I digress. Brody, have you've been playing Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Anything?
I've been playing by myself.
I've been playing it by myself too.
Yeah.
It's fine to play by yourself.
Yeah. You gotta learn to kill all the monsters by yourself.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I have not. What did I get stuck on? No, I started Journey. I got into the Rotten Vale, which you guys streamed this past Friday. God, I hate that place. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. The air is poisonous. You're draining health the whole time. I did beat one of those snake lizard things.
Great Gyros.
Yeah, something like that. He's the great Jagras of the Rotten Vale.
Yeah.
That guy. I did beat one of those.
If you pick up slinger torches, you can shoot them at the ground and it gets rid of the gas.
Well, thank you for that tip, sir. Monster Hunter tips here with Brody.
There you go.
That's a
That
big
should
help.
be a segment.
I don't use a whole lot of my slinger ammo like I probably should, but
Yeah.
I didn't at first, but like, it's super useful.
yeah, I need to get better into any of that. But you were telling us about some horrible monster that you were fighting today.
Yeah, it's basil juice. He sucks.
Talk about it. What happened?
It like anytime you go on a hunt after HR high rank, yeah, the suicide bomber dragon shows up and it's awful. Like, there's been a couple of times that I've been like trying to trap something because you get more parts from capturing monsters than killing them. So I'll set up a trap and it'll be in it, and then he'll decide to dive bomb it and kill the monster anyway. Yeah, he
kills the monster. He doesn't kill you.
Well, he does, but he literally flies around the map and just like screws with everything.
What area is he in?
Everyone. I'm not kidding. Like, he just flies around the map and blows stuff up for no reason.
I hate that.
Like, I was trying to find Palumu today, the high rank version of it, and I was like, where is this? And like the scout flies kept leading me one direction, and then it changed to another one. And I was like, why is he moving so much? And I finally caught up to him, and Basil Juice was just chasing him around, blowing him up. So, yeah, he just sucks so much. I got to like where some of the elder dragons are starting to show up. I haven't fought any yet, but...
How are you liking high rank? Is high rank good?
It's way better than low rank. Okay. I wouldn't even say like the game actually starts until you get to high rank.
Yeah, like that's been my experience too. I haven't played as much, which, hey, if you're ever on, Brody, I want to join so that I can actually kill things, because I can't really do it by myself. But no, high rank is tough. Like, for me, even though I'm a little more squishy, most things, even like a Kuliaku, can almost kill me in one hit. The monsters are way tougher, but fair in most ways. And you get way better and way cooler gear, so that's a accurate statement to say that the game doesn't really start until you've actually beaten it.
Yeah. I need to play more. I just haven't had time because I bought Celeste on the Nintendo Switch this week. Steven, have you heard anything about Celeste? I know you're not a Switch guy, so...
I think I watched a Donkey video on Celeste.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are really singing its praises right now. And I kind of looked at it as a golf story, like the next golf story It's kind of like it's something that I wouldn't have necessarily picked up, but because it's on Switch, it got a big audience, and a lot of people loved it. Celeste has been out at this point for a few weeks. The reason I haven't jumped on it was because people did talk about how challenging it is. And if you watch, and really in particular Donkey, he was one who, he was talking about you have to nail everything perfectly, but it teaches you to do it, which is so true. But even still, I looked at it and I said, you know what, if I have to nail something perfect, it's probably just not worth it. And so I walked away. Have been walking away from it saying, no, I'm not going to do it. I got it. I tried it. Holy wow, is it awesome? It is so much fun, and it is challenging. There are really hard sequences, but you only get a little box that you have to do one challenge. You make it through that, your map shifts over, that's your checkpoint. You do the next one perfect, moves over, that's your checkpoint. And the other thing that's just stupid awesome about this game, and I wish every game could function this way, is when you die, you're back in. Die, back in. Die, back in. So you can redo something 1,000,000 times in a minute, you know? Mm-hmm. Like there was one level in particular, it was like the hotel level. I think I died over 800 times, but I beat the whole thing in 20 minutes. So it's like, okay, that's not bad. But
Lord, that's
I know
800 times in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's real easy to die, but you're back in it so fast. It's you never get frustrated. I think even with Cuphead, which is another game that like that doesn't check any of the boxes in Jake's I'll play that game box. But we tried it. I loved it, and it is a lot of fun. But it is frustrating because when you die, you start all the way back over. And we have to go through that same boss over and over. Same thing with Celeste. It teaches you that boss, and you learn how to beat him. But Celeste is just so much faster that there's no frustration.
That's the mark of a good platformer.
Yeah.
Is when you don't mind repeating.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. There's a lot of challenges. There are B-sides to each level, which are supposed to be really, really hard. So I don't know if I'll get to those at some point or not. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's a lot of fun. If you've been afraid to get Celeste, you should probably at least try it because it's worth it. For $20 too, it's not that bad of a blow for a game. So anyway, all right, are y'all ready to talk about some news?
No.
You guys are so hyped today.
Thanks,
Brody's still recovering from his sickness. I feel about 98% right now. Steven, you look exhausted.
I am exhausted, and I look like I just rolled out of bed.
Oh, jeez.
Aside from my new
Skype
XCOM
call.
shirt.
I was going to say, I thought the Skype call woke you up, Steven.
No, like I saw my own face when I answered the call. Like I looked at it and I was like, "Oh God!"
You did you had a real disappointed, like I can't believe myself kind of look on your face. Yeah. But anyway,
I'm just working a lot more, so
hey, aren't we all?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some news. The first bit of news I'll talk about. So Miyamoto came out and has been talking a lot. I can't remember exactly who he was talking to first that kind of has spread this news around, but I'm pulling some information from IGN. Basically, Miyamoto came on and was talking to some people, and he thinks that they can extend the life cycle of the Switch console. So, typically a console is 4 or 5 years, somewhere in that ballpark, and then out comes the PS5 or the PS whatever. The Wii U, the Wii, there's a 5-year gap between those, somewhere in that ballpark. They want to extend that even further. He mentioned, I don't think he mentioned a specific number they want to extend it to, but definitely past the 4 or 5 year mark that they've been doing, which I think is really interesting. Because obviously, Xbox and PlayStation, or Xbox One X and PlayStation Pro are kind of moving us towards more of an iterational gap. And we've talked about, at some point there's got to be a point where the game can't run, like a game is too good to run on your original PS4 and you've got to jump anyway. So we've had those conversations, but it's interesting to me that they want to extend this life cycle, even though the Switch right now is drastically below power of any other console out there right now. It still works. It still works great, but it's the lowest on the pole. So you're telling me you're going to hold it out for, let's just say, 8 years and not do any kind of updates? I find that hard to believe. What do you guys think?
Well,
I'm okay with it. They have enough like cartoony graphics and their own kind of style that I don't think they need like to upgrade too much. Like Breath of the Wild looked awesome, so did Mario Odyssey.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's literally what I was gonna say. Is that because of most of their library is going to have a different style from your typical AAA games. It doesn't seem like it'll be that necessary because Breath of the Wild looks better than I ever thought I'd see a Zelda game look.
Right.
Although, like, that does bring in question, at what point does the Switch's tech lagging behind get in the way of them getting third-party games?
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, we're getting a lot of stuff. I mean, we're getting Wolfenstein 2 later this year, and there's third parties. Always third parties are talking about trying to get on the Switch. But I mean, just imagine 8 years from now, where PS4 and Xbox One tech is gonna be versus the Switch. It's already so far behind. You're telling me, it's going to be even further behind. So really getting third parties in on that is going to be a lot harder. I agree with you guys. I mean, I play my Switch for Nintendo content, and if something else is coming out on it, I'll get it on that. But for the most part, those bigger PlayStation, Xbox experiences I want to do on a PlayStation or an Xbox. But I don't know. It's just interesting to call that out. And part of it is I don't know that I believe him. I really think they're gonna have a Switch 2, or just think of like 3DS. There's been a 3DS XL. There's been a 3DS XL new. There's been now there's a 2DS. Yeah.
2DS XL.
Right. Exactly. I mean, the names are ridiculous, but there's got you lying to me, Miyamoto. There's got to be a Switch 2 coming, or a Switch Plus rather. That's going to be just an upgraded version. Maybe not more power, but at least bigger size or something. There's got to be something else coming for that. Those are my thoughts. You guys are just killing me today. I
just feel crappy. So
still tired.
Everyone watching.
I feel like I don't have a whole lot to say on the Switch as a whole. I agree with you. Like, I think that especially with Nintendo's history, there's bound to be some kind of asterisk in that statement.
Right.
To where there's an expectation that they will upgrade their hardware in some way within that generation.
I will say this, though. It does excite me because I do like the Switch, and I don't want them to shift over to another bad console. But also, we've been talking about, if Ocarina of Time was the Breath of Wild for the Nintendo 64, will there be a Majora's Mask type game on Switch? If this thing's going to hold out for 8 years, let's just say that number, oh yeah, there's going to be another Zelda by then, for sure. Sure.
I mean, they're already working on the next one.
They're already working on the next one. Breath of the Wild from point of announcement was about 6 years. I think that's right.
It started development on Wii U.
Right. How long of a development was it? I think it was 4 or 5 years.
They announced it in like 2012.
So yeah, about 5 years.
Because when they originally showed it, it was like, it looked like a Twilight Princess kind of thing.
So somewhere in the ballpark of a 5 or 6 year development cycle, that totally meets the now expected lifetime of the Switch. So I hope we get one. But anyway, I digress. We'll move on. Let's talk about probably the thing I am most excited about potentially happening in 2018, and that is Kingdom Hearts 3 being released. We got another trailer this weekend from D23 Expo in Japan that announced that announced a Monsters Inc. world in Kingdom Hearts, which is another Pixar property being put in Kingdom Hearts this year, or in this iteration. But it also showed off a lot of new stuff from Tangled's world, and we saw Riku in this game for the first time, and just all sorts of other great stuff. And then at the end, it did say coming in 2016 or 2018.
Time traveling?
We time traveling, baby. It did talk about 2018, so I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but
I saw a thing that said they're announcing that they're announcing the date at E3 this year. I think.
So kind of funny that they've got a guy, Tim Geddes, who's a big Kingdom Hearts fan. He thinks that at E3 they're gonna, or somewhere around E3, because Square Enix always kind of does something on their own. They're gonna show a trailer, and it's gonna be Frozen's world, and they're gonna announce the date with that.
Someone saw.
Go ahead.
Someone saw a thing in the trailer that was like a toy that was named like Julia or something, and it was like $20.18. So they were like, everyone was like, July 2018. I don't know if people that saw it, but E3's in July, isn't it?
E3's in July. Now you want to talk about a mic drop moment if they walked up there and they said, hey, you know this game you guys have been waiting for 15 years? It's out this month, baby! Yeah.
What if they pull the Cloverfield?
And then they cough into the mic.
I got so excited I almost just died right there.
What if they pull the Cloverfield Paradox and we're like,
So now,
it drops tonight, baby!
It drops tonight! Right now! You can go play it. I would shit my pants and run to the nearest wherever and
I would
get it.
hope you would change your pants because all the people.
I wouldn't have enough time.
Want you there.
I wouldn't have
There's
enough
no time, Brody.
There's
Kingdom
no time,
Hearts.
Brody. I've been waiting 15 years for this game. I got no time.
You just run in there.
I thought I would be 21 when I was playing this game, and I'm 26 now. So this is a problem. I gotta go. I gotta get this going.
Knowing the surprise that would be, he would not be the only one that pooped his pants at the GameStop picking up a copy of
No,
Kingdom
I
Hearts
guarantee you, if they did that, everyone in that effing auditorium or wherever they show this thing is gonna shit their pants and run.
3. It makes the news.
Is that all you're gonna like hear when they show the trailer? And just like,
That's what you hear on the news the next day. About 1 million people shit their pants and ran a mile and whatever due to an announcement of a trailer. No, but that would be crazy. That's not gonna happen.
no.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. That would be
honestly,
that would be awesome, but no.
The more I'm hearing about the year that Square has lined up, they could do their own press conference and do fine.
I think
yeah.
they have their own
Because-
press conference.
Do they? I don't think they do have a press conference.
They did a couple years ago,
Yeah,
like when
for-
Just Cause 3 was down the pipeline.
Right.
I thought it was for Final Fantasy 15. I know they have
And
like
that one too. Yeah.
That one was probably there. The only one I remember for some reason was Just Cause 3. But honestly, like,
And
you
they had
got
Tomb Raider that year too.
Yeah.
That you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got Kingdom Hearts, which, I mean, they could pull a Bethesda 2015 and just do 20 minutes of Kingdom Hearts, like Bethesda did with Fallout, and that could be their press conference. But you also have the alleged Shadow of the Tomb Raider
Right.
coming out. And then you've got an Untitled Avengers game that I'm waiting to hear about.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that Square, I feel like, if you look past Final Fantasy, they actually have a lot of really good stuff that just gets forgotten about. I don't know. I want that Avengers game.
Yeah. Well, I want Kingdom Hearts, so you're gonna have to wait
Yeah.
your damn time. I've waited my time. I've
How
done my
funny-
waiting. I've
How
done my
funny
waiting.
would it be if Avengers came out before Kingdom Hearts? 3?
I would probably lose it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Because, Kingdom Hearts is always... Now, I tell you what will really tick me off is if this game gets delayed again and they, at E3, talk about some damn mobile game that they've created that's Kingdom Hearts related. I'm going to be like, nope, stop it. Just get me the game. But no, I think they're going to announce it. But some other key points of the trailer. They talked about Monsters, Inc. Looks great. They created monster versions of Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Have you seen screenshots of this, Steven?
I saw a close-up of Goofy's face before I heard about the trailer, and I was like, what is that?
I think Sora looks really, really cool. Donald and Goofy look like something out of... What was that game? We were just talking about it a few podcasts ago, where you create animals on an island.
Amazing Island.
Amazing Island. They look like characters that you would make out of Amazing Island. Just horrible doodle monsters.
Did you notice that Sora's like form changed a couple of times?
Yes. So I want to talk about this. So we've seen in all these trailers, Sora is using these crazy different weapons. So like the Keyblade transforms into something new. In this particular trailer, we got our first look at the Monsters, Inc. Keyblade, which kind of looks like it's got a wrench on the end and it's wearing a Monsters, Inc. hard hat. We see that turn into what's called Quick Claws. And they're basically little clamps that are on his arms. But basically, he's zooming around, punching people, like whatever, hitting people with those.
Scratching.
Scratching. But also, the other form that he takes in this trailer is yo-yos. And it's yo-yos that he's swinging around, hitting people with. And at some point, the yo-yos go out. They grab a big Heartless. They turn into, like, mouth claws and collapse on him and, like, zap him or something, and then he blows up. But yes, when the Keyblade changes to that, Sora turns orange. Like his fur, monster fur becomes orange. What I think is they're replacing drive forms with new Keyblade transformations. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, Steven, Sora had this ability to basically just kind of go superpower. And it was 3 different, like, drive modes is what they called it.
Valor, wisdom.
One was based where, like, your magic was super powerful, and Sora kind of, like, glided around and was, like...
Ice skated. It was super cool.
Yeah, he ice skated.
Valor was okay.
Valor
was Goofy's that was, like... I guess it increased your attack or something.
Yeah, it was an attack increase.
And then red.
Then there was the white...
Master.
Was it Master form? It was
Master and Ultimate and Heartless, I think.
I'm thinking of... Oh, yeah, Master was yellow. I forgot what that one did. I think you were quick.
Keyblades.
Yeah, it's 2 Keyblades and you were quicker.
And then Ultima was like... You flew around and had Keyblades.
You were wide,
you
glided around, and the Keyblades just spun. The Keyblades just did their own thing. They weren't touching you. And then Heartless drive form, which was my personal favorite, you turn into a Heartless Sora. You don't have any Keyblades, and you're just like, like scrawling at people. That's got to be the screenshot you used, Jake, there.
It like cut your health in half. It sucked.
Do what?
I think it like cut your health in half.
Oh, but it was so much fun because you're zipping around. You're this little shadow. You're scratching things. It's great. I loved it. But anyway, it seems like they're replacing that with what these Keyblades can do. And I've seen some other people talk about analysis and whatnot. And some people think that each Keyblade is going to have 2 different drive forms that only that Keyblade can do. So later in the trailer, we get our first look at the Tangled World's Keyblade, which is basically Rapunzel's tower with the sun as kind of the key part. It turns into, I forget what they call it. It was an M-word staff, but basically it turns into a staff like Gandalf would use. And Sora's again kind of gliding, ice skating around with it. And zapping people and shooting magic out and everything like that. Which I hope that all Keyblades can do any of these forms because that's what I want to use all the time. Because that form looked so cool. But anyway, it was just interesting. They also put in the theory that I've had for a while that your Keyblade is going to turn into the Keyblade of that world as soon as you enter the world, as opposed to in the past where you would pick what Keyblade you wanted to use. I hope that's not true because I want to have the option of what Keyblade I use.
Maybe it's like after you visit the world, it unlocks it and you can like switch.
Well, that's how it's usually been. But like, I see what you're saying. So like you jump into that world the first time, your Keyblade changes. After you beat that world, you can change your Keyblade.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
But that's still going to suck because in every world you go to, your Keyblade's going to change. And then when you beat it, you can change it to whatever. But I am going to go back to those worlds and
Yeah.
do other stuff because I'm going to eat this game alive. But like, if you're just playing progressively through the story, unless you go back for like a second phase in each of the worlds, which you typically do in a Kingdom Hearts game, unless you do that, you're still going to be locked to the same Keyblade every time.
Yeah. Did you see that the gummy ship sections are supposed to play like Star Wars games and that they're open world?
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have not seen that. Have you seen like gameplay of this? Because I don't remember that from the trailer.
No, I just saw something on Reddit
Some people
about
were
it.
just ruming about it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
I'm okay with that.
I'm down for
The
that.
gummy ship stuff was always weird. I never like paid attention to it as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, I thought it was fine. I basically created a ship that could blast through anything, and then I really didn't like. It wasn't hard and it wasn't fun. So I kind of creamed through all of it. So, what am I getting? What else am I getting at? We saw the return of Marluxia, which he was the boss in Chain of Memories. Did you ever play Chain of Memories, Brody?
He was the leader of organization.
He was the leader of Organization 13. We did kill him in Chain of Memories. Obviously, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, those memories they don't have. So in the trailer, Sora doesn't know who he is. Which I've seen a lot of funny memes about, like, this is all the people who never played this game, who only played the main Kingdom Hearts games. But I don't know how he's back. Again, some people who I've seen do like analysis of it think that Xehanort.
He doesn't have yellow eyes.
We haven't seen Xehanort yet in this.
No, Marluxia doesn't have yellow eyes.
Did he have yellow eyes in the other game?
I think so.
Oh. He's not Xehanort.
No. But it was like either that he was a vessel or like under control or something.
Well, what I was going to say, theories I've seen say that Xehanort has been traveling now that all his parts have been released, they've time traveled and started doing stuff. I don't know. Kingdom Hearts is crazy. The story is so convoluted. So I'm curious to find out how we get to him.
I saw someone say that like everyone was like, I really hope this is the last game, and people were like, oh, it is the last game of this part of the story, which is like Xehanort's part of the story, and then it's going to continue with something else after, and it's like, I can't deal with this forever.
Do you think it'll still be like Sora and stuff?
I don't know. I'd be okay if it left Sora.
I wouldn't. I like Sora too much. I'm trying to find Xehanort. Do you want me to go into this right now, Steven? Do you want me to go into this?
Stop. I'm tapping out.
I'm just telling you, Xehanort is a complicated person.
Okay.
Xehanort, there's Ansem. Who else is there?
I nicknamed them.
Because Xehanort
I
and
made a
Ansem
mistake.
are the same people, right?
There was Xemnas, I think is how you say his name.
Yeah.
So here, Steven,
like
I'm gonna get.
four people
You
that
asked
are
for it.
the
Here it comes.
I didn't ask for this.
Here comes
person
the
that's four
crazy
people.
Kingdom Hearts dialogue. All right, the main villain, the main villain of the game. You first meet him as Ansem. Okay.
Ansem's like the big bad of one.
Of one. He's the big bad of one. What you find out in later games is that Ansem was the Heartless of this other guy named Xehanort. Okay, stay with me here. Okay, so stay with me here. Xehanort is this dude who creates, like, he doesn't create the Heartless, but he like starts controlling the Heartless and figures out how to turn people into the Heartless. He becomes a Heartless named Ansem. When a person becomes a Heartless, they also create a nobody. Xemnas, who you fight in the second game, is Xehanort's nobody. Okay?
I saw a thing that there's like somebodies too.
I haven't heard of that.
I don't know. what it was.
There's dream people, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't really understand all that. So anyway, stay with me here, Steven. Stay with me. All right? So we've got Xemnas and Ansem. Or, yeah. Is that right?
Xemnas, Ansem, Xehanort.
Xemnas, Ansem. And Xemnas and Ansem came from Xehanort, okay? Xehanort is actually two people who have merged together. Okay? Stay with me. there's this kid named Terra who was a Keyblade wielder a long time ago before Sora. And he's more of a Riku-like character. He's kind of got a lot of dark past dealings. He's got a lot of darkness in his heart, whatever. He starts working with this Keyblade master named Xehanort. Okay? He's an old dude, like real old, on the verge of death, some might say. Anyway, Xehanort takes over Terra's body and becomes who we know as Xehanort, who splits into Ansem and Xemnas. I nicknamed that person Terranort to help with the explanation, okay? So that's where we're at. So now once we beat Xemnas and Ansem in 1 and 2, his soul is now like merging back together, and we're gonna get Terranort again, or potentially real Xehanort and Terra. So we're hoping to save Terra in the end of all of this. But anyway, yeah.
Was there a clone of Xehanort too?
God, I hope
Stop.
not.
No, like in 2, who was the weird like wizard looking guy? Was that Xehanort?
That is Yensid.
Oh.
And he is Disney spelled backwards. And he's a wizard in Disney lore. So he's the most knowledgeable of Keyblade masters at this point, because the other good Keyblade master got killed in Birth by Sleep. Sorry.
So all I asked, I literally just said the word Xehanort because I thought maybe that's not a good idea for a main villain's name. That was it.
Why is that not a good name for a villain?
Xehanort?
It's a perfectly fine villain name, Steven.
I also have a problem with the way that everyone says Ner Gigante in Monster Hunter. That for some reason everyone calls him Ner Gigante.
All right, we're going on too many tangents.
So that's not how you say it.
Dream Eaters are what you're thinking about on the Somebody's thing. That's what you're talking about.
So Dream Eaters were the things from Dream Drop Distance, just like the cat and stuff.
Yes, and those are back. I believe they're going to be a summon, but anyway.
Like Ariel, which means that Atlantis isn't a thing.
No, we're not going to Atlantis. But we are going to get an Ariel summon. It looked awesome in the trailer. There you go. Last thing I'm going to say about this is Vanitas. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, motorcycle helmet.
Motorcycle helmet dude. He
I don't
shows
know who
up.
the hell he is.
He shows up.
What is he? Is he from Birth by Sleep?
Let me get there, buddy.
Sorry,
let me
man.
Get there.
I was
Birth by Sleep.
confused.
Yes, he is from Birth by Sleep. Now, Steven, let me go on a whole nother. Let me. You're
Don't
prepped.
spoil.
You're
Are you about to
prepped
spoil
now.
Birth by Sleep, though.
I might. This is spoilers for Birth by Sleep.
Closing my ears, though.
You're not gonna play it.
Yes, I am.
When are you gonna play it?
Huh?
When are you gonna play it?
Whenever I get the collection thing. It goes on sale all the time. I'm gonna buy
Okay,
it.
all right, whatever. Well,
I don't wanna
here you
know,
go.
man.
So, spoilers for Birth by Sleep. There's this kid.
Really?
let me get there, Steven. There's this kid named Vin, who is a main character that you can play as in that game. He basically almost dies, but the crazy thing about him is his name's Ventus. There's this guy named Ventas. They were let me get there, Steven. They were one person. Again, Xehanort used them to split. And so Ventas is the dark version of Ventus, and Ventus is the good, like what's left, the good person in him. Anyway, he split them to create what's called the ultimate Keyblade, which is his ultimate goal. He's trying to do that. That's all he's trying to do. So anyway, okay, I'm done with spoilers. Okay, so Ventas is the dark version of Vin.
Are you spoiling it now?
No, that's not a spoiler. That's you learn that as soon as you start the game. So there you go. Congratulations. Now you have a better understanding of that.
I thought you like got me over here. And then you just said that.
This you might consider this a spoiler, but he looks. Do you want to know what he looks
Sora.
like?
You said that during the stream.
He looks exactly like Sora,
But so
but
does
dark.
Vin.
He's got like black hair. So anyway, he shows up in this trailer and basically says, "I've come for you, Vin." Vin. Spoilers.
I know Venosora.
Vin's heart is in Sora.
Yeah. Just like
He almost died, and his spirit left him and hid in Sora, who he met in Birth by Sleep, and he's been hiding with him ever since. Some people think that's why Sora was gifted a Keyblade, because the Keyblade found Ventus.
3 of the like Kyrie is Aqua.
She's not Aqua, but she met Aqua, and Aqua gave her a necklace that's like supposed to protect her or something. So all 3 of them had interaction with the other 3.
Yeah.
So they are linked. Anyway, all that to say, he shows up. It can only be bad news. So you saying this is the last one, I would be expecting of that, this being the last one in this part of the story. Mm-hmm. I do hope if it continues, though, that it does continue with Sora and Riku and Kairi, because I love them.
And then there was Riku's other self. But I won't get into that.
I don't know what that's about. I have no idea what that's about. Anyway.
There you go, Steven.
Okay. Have you had enough Kingdom Hearts 3 talk, Steven? Let's talk about Unleash the Dragon, baby. Spyro.
Now me and
Remaster.
Steven can both not talk.
I won't drag this out. Basically, there's been ever since the Crash Bandicoot remaster has come about, people have said, "Oh man, hot diggity dang, let's remaster a whole bunch of these kind of cartoon or like mascot character platformers."
So Sony heard that and said,
Sir
"Let's
Daniel,
remake Sir Daniel."
yeah, in the medieval series. Why? Who the crap? Whatever. Somebody cheered in that auditorium after he explained it, like no one really knew what was happening.
I've never heard like anybody say anything about that game.
I haven't either. I have no idea why they went that way.
The first time we even saw him was when we played PlayStation Battlestar or whatever.
Yeah,
PlayStation All-Stars. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a backfire of the T-shirt reveal strategy.
We're getting off track here, boys. We're getting off track. We got to get back to the dragon. Okay, the dragon's what's important here. All right.
Okay.
The people have been wanting a Spyro remaster ever since they heard that other stuff. And it's been people have hoped, people have thought, like there's been some rumors. We have some real, like some hard data rumors right now. Still rumors, but yeah.
Okay. What are they? Because you mentioned them. I don't think you told us what they were.
I'm getting there. So,
what the hell is that?
Kotaku, that's from Skylanders.
He looks evil.
Yeah, I didn't like him in Skylanders. Anyway, Kotaku's reporting that I think it's Rare. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out who is doing this. Activision. Activision has a remaster of the Spyro trilogy, which is Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon being remastered. They talk a lot about it being like the Crash Bandicoot, where it's completely rebuilt from the ground up with new lighting, new animations, new assets, but it's going to be a remake entirely of the games. So I'm super excited about it. They think the rumor is there's going to be an official announcement later next month in March. So I hope this happens because I want to play these games again. I think Spyro 1 I've only played parts of, so I would love to replay all of them. But
I've played none of all of them, so
I played a demo for one of them.
For 3, right? 3 was probably the best, if it's what I remember. There was another one. It may be Year of the Dragon, but there was one where Spyro could actually fly. Because in all the other games you can just glide and all this other stuff because you're a baby dragon. But in this one, he was like an adolescent dragon, and he could actually fly. It was a lot of fun. So I hope that was Year of the Dragon. I don't really remember, so I hope that somehow that one is in there.
But they're going to release a game that's like Big Boy Spyro?
I wish they would.
And
I've always
like goes around and like just kills everything.
Yeah, I've always wanted the Spyro game to just be, because that last one they did, it was great, except you were tied, you were stuck with another dragon, so it was meant to be played in co-op, and you really kind of had to fly together, so it was kind of hard to play single player. But anyway, I want that. I want a full-fledged big dino, big dragon,
Big Boy
game.
Star Wars.
Big boy Spyro.
Star Wars Big Boy.
So anyway, since you losers never played that, we can't like all get hyped together. But I'm hyped, and it's going to be great. So I look forward to next month hearing something about that. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this episode of ChortleCast. We do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, there's a few things you can do to help us out. The first thing you can do, if you're watching on YouTube, you're already at ChortleGames.com. You can leave us a nice little comment on this video, and you can go check out some of our other videos and live streams that we're going to be doing across the channel. If you're an audio listener, we love you too. You're probably listening through iTunes, and you can leave us a nice little review there. Just let them know what you thought about us and how we talked about topics and everything like that. And it really helps out the channel. It helps the podcast get found on iTunes, so that'd be great. You can also email us at ChortleCast@gmail.com. You can send us topic ideas. You can send us your thoughts on the show. You can ask us questions, etc., and send that in, and we'd love to read it on the show and do some stuff like that. Last but not least, you can tweet us at Twitter at ChortleGames, and we'll tweet you back. And also,
Facebook.
You can do Facebook. Steven, I was there. I was getting there. You can find us on Facebook at Chortle Games. We got a page over there. We post some behind the scenes stuff. Steven always does some really punny descriptions of videos as they're coming out. So you can go find those there. And that's it. That's it for our show today. We've got some great content coming out for you this week. We are continuing Cuphead. I believe this week we fight an Iron Giant. And it's kind of funny because we played part of this 2 weeks earlier, and then we beat it while we were sick. So it's going to be a very interesting fight to watch. But Brody went crazy on that guy and beat him really fast. So
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't either. It was a work of God there. So anyway, that'll be interesting to watch. And then we're going to have a part 2 of the Fall Flat series that me and Brody started. Fall Flat. So that if you want more ragdoll hilarity, there's even more in this half of the 2-part that we've put together so far. So we're hoping to get Steven in on some of those later, but we found out recently that PlayStation may not have the most friendly online system for that game, so it may not happen. But stay tuned and look forward to that.
Don't test it yet?
No, we haven't tested it yet. And then of course we'll have another podcast for you Friday. Are you starting your XCOM stream this Tuesday, Steven?
Yes, this Tuesday, so that should be the day after Cuphead. So that's when I'm going to start.
Tuesday, look forward to Steven starting his XCOM series. Thursday, look forward to the co-op live stream. What are y'all going to play, Steven? You got any thoughts?
Okay. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So if the thing holding me back right now for that stream is a mic that I can use to pick up everybody at once. As soon as we get that, we're going to roll out on a Thursday with WWE 2K18.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to do a Royal Rumble match. 30 people, but it's going to be random custom superstars that people have made. So like Shrek, Ronald McDonald, stuff like that are just going to show up, and it's just going to be a massive fight, 30 people.
So
that's
like
gonna be,
you guys, because you've made you and Miles characters in that game.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are going to be fighting like Ronald McDonald, Shrek, etc.
Miles isn't too happy with his character, so he'll probably pick somebody else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a list, because the character creator in that game is pretty
It's
crazy,
very robust, yeah.
Yes, and people are very creative with what they do. I saw like the Big Daddy from BioShock on there. I'm going to put him in. But I'm going to just get as many crazy characters as I can. There's going to be 30 of them. Logan, Miles, and I ideally will be facing... It's a free-for-all, so 30 people trying to win. But that'll be interesting.
That's amazing.
That's what we're going to start with.
I'm really excited about this now. Are you going to try to do it this coming Thursday?
We're going to try to this coming Thursday.
Okay, all right. That's all I needed to hear.
Try to ghetto rig some kind of mic if I can to make it sound good. If not, though, I will tweet out updates of where we are on that.
Okay.
And then, of course, we got Friday streams after the podcast.
Friday streams after the podcast, and then Saturday, who knows? Maybe we will. You'll have to look and find out. What are we streaming when this airs on Friday? What are we streaming that night? Probably Monster Hunter, I assume.
Probably some Monster Hunter at some point. I know Miles really enjoyed streaming Fortnite Battle Royale. We may do a little bit more of that.
I think we may have to pull that out on a Sunday or a Saturday stream.
Okay.
Saturday night stream.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm excited. All right, well, anyway, thanks for tuning in. Any last words, Brody? Brody, you've got a lot of thoughts, I'm sure, in your head.
Yeah, I feel sick. There's my thoughts.
Valentine's Day was this week. Do you have any late advice for anybody looking to impress their Valentine?
If you messed it up, you already messed it up. What's yours, Steven? Don't be born on Valentine's Day.
Don't be born on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
yeah.
was that really it?
Yeah, that was actually it.
Oh, wow.
It sucks.
I just guessed it.
Oh, happy birthday, Steven. I'm gonna get to hang out with you Saturday, I think. So I'll tell you happy birthday. I'll tell you happy birthday then. So, okay. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.